Oh, this looks like it's going to be real fun. Get it? Because it's a real mower. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Tom's Tinkering and Adventures. Today we are going to see if we can figure out this push reel mower I've got behind me here. I had somebody contact me and ask if I could sharpen mower blades. I'm like, yeah, sure, I could sharpen a mower blade for you, no problem. I said, do you have it off the mower? And they said, no, but we'll take it off. And I swung over there in a couple minutes and I saw that it was a reel mower like this, and I have never sharpened one of these, but they started taking it off and everything is all loose and out of adjustment now. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is, well, first we're gonna clean it up, get all this stuff out of here, and then we have to adjust it, and then I will show you how to sharpen one of these, which is an unusual process, different than what you may think. So let me get her cleaned up, we'll get it back up here, and we'll get to adjusting it, and then I'll show you how to do a basic sharpening on it. Yeah, sometimes that's the motto in here, safety third, but let's get real about it. Be careful. There's lots of pinch points on these things here, see? These blades are not razor sharp or anything like that, but keep your fingers out. Wear your safety shoes. As you can see, I've upgraded. These only have one hole in them, so much better than before. And make sure you engage your safety squints. Where the hell are they? There we go. All right, there. All right. I used to be a safety representative in the Navy, if you can believe it, but there you go. So I've said my piece. Now, if you're not familiar with these reel mowers, you might think, well, that reel just spins and it chops the grass down, and that's not how these operate. It's actually like a guillotine type of a thing. Guillotine? Guillotine? My French is kind of rusty too. So this thing spins, and the grass blades, I'm going to use my finger as an example. Let's not use my finger as an example. Look at that. I've cut some paper pieces to use. So the grass gets between here and the blade, and that's what is supposed to cut it. As you can see, we're not adjusted very good here. It's not cutting at all. So that's the first thing that you need to do, is adjust the clearance between your blades and this cutting surface right here. So it depends on the type of reel mower you have. On this one, it's adjusted by loosening these two bolts, and you can see when I asked them if they'd remove the blade, they loosened that up, and you can see where it used to be. So I'm just gonna try to get it back to where it kind of was. You can see by the paint marks. I'm gonna try to get it back into that general area, and then we'll see if it's at least cutting the simulated grass here. All these are loose, you can see that. Well, maybe you can't see it, I'm not turning it by hand, but they're loose on both sides. So we'll get that adjusted, and I'll come back and see if we can at least kind of cut the paper a little bit. So in this mower, there's a pivot bolt right here, and then these two kind of lock your position once you have it adjusted. So you have to loosen that one first, and then these two, and then move it. And then you can adjust each side individually too. So if that side over there is close and this side isn't, you know, you can tweak each one a little bit. Chain slack, I don't think there's anything you can really do about that, but I highly doubt you're gonna throw the chain off. So now after adjusting it, it's spinning pretty nice. Before it was kind of locking up when you turned it with the wheel, because the wheel was putting tension on the chain and pulling this whole thing back and binding it all up. But we are still not adjusted properly because, well, here, let's even double up this paper and add a little bit more thickness. Let's see if that helps any. Maybe I'll even get a little bit thicker paper and see if that helps. You're supposed to use a little bit thinner paper when you check these, but I'll go get some printer paper and try it. We're still not close enough. So what we need to do, and that's not a surprise because that was the original settings. The guy I got this from said it wasn't cutting grass very good, so it probably needed adjusting more than it needed sharpening. So we're going to adjust it a little bit closer. You don't want to adjust it so close that you can't push it, which is what was happening, like I said before, because it was all sloppy. We'll try to adjust it a little bit closer. I'll grab some thicker paper and we'll see if we can't get that checked. The reason why you do the paper check also is to see if it's cutting here, and of course in the middle. There's not much you can do about the middle. All right, after messing with the adjustment a bit, I'm getting it kind of close. You can hear that we've got some binding, but that's just because this thing has been maladjusted for a long time. Now, it's not cutting the paper like it should, but it's starting to. This thing is in dire need of some attention. You can see it's kind of cutting it. So now we're going to move on to the sharpening, which is not really going to be a sharpening because you need professional tools to do this. And while I am a garage professional, I am not a real mower sharpening expert. So we will do what is called backlapping of this. Let me get the stuff that I need for that, and we'll come back and I'll show you what the hell I'm talking about. So as you push this mower, it's upside down right now. You know, you're gonna push it, the wheel is turning this way, and the reel is turning, looking at it this way, a counterclockwise direction. And you can see the bevel of the blade right there. So what we need to do our backlapping on this is turn the blade, looking at it from this side, in a clockwise direction. Now, there's a couple ways we could do that. Some of these reel mowers, you can pull a wheel off and flip a little drive mechanism thing around so it'll drive the different direction. We could pull this sprocket off and attach a drill to it. I have a drill, but it does not have a big enough chuck to drive this here. The jaws don't open big enough. So all I'm going to do is just try to turn this shaft here. Once you get it moving, it'll move pretty good. And what we are going to be using is valve lapping compound. Now, if you've watched some of my engine videos, in fact, I'll put a link to a motorcycle engine that I worked on. You're going to have to get into it a ways to see the valve lapping compound. But what this is basically it's sandpaper paste. And what I'm going to do is I am going to use this little brush, and I'm going to apply this across all of the blades, across this edge of it, and then I am going to get this reel going in the opposite direction, and that is going to create a little bit of sandpaper action between this and this knife edge on the back side. And I'm going to have to spin it a while, and might have to adjust this just a half a millimeter. So I'm going to turn that thing a while with that, and then when I'm done with that, I can switch over. I have coarse and fine, so this would be like, say, 80 grit, and that's maybe 150 or whatever. I don't know what the actual grit levels are on these, but I'll show you how this stuff comes out. And we're just going to apply that to the face of all of these. Just takes a little while, but this is actually a pretty darn good mower, I think, because it has 9 reels. Some of these have 6 or 7. Let me get this applied on here, and then I'll go ahead and get it spinning, and you'll be able to hear that sandpaper stuff in action, this lapping compound. Okay, so there's my sandpaper grease, my valve lapping compound. This is the coarse on here. Let's see if we can get this thing spinning. Watch your fingers. And you can hear it. You hear it? Sounding all gritty in there. And this would be a lot easier if I could get the drill hooked onto it, but oh yeah, there you go. Right in action. But you can definitely hear it, and now, let's see. You can see how it's actually shining up the edge there already. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Hopefully the camera doesn't fall into the blades and get chopped into a million pieces, but Let me knock this out for a while longer, then I'm going to clean it up and put the fine on there, and we'll see you back here. All right, I'm going to try and show you something here. Let me show you something. So I have gone one step farther on the safety and installed a glove. And what I am going to do is I'm going to put this stuff right on the brush. And I know it may sound crazy, but we're going to get this thing spinning, and I'm just going to apply this directly to it while it's spinning. I found it easier to just push the sprocket over here with the glove. Hopefully I don't get my hand stuck in there, but you can hear the sound of it now. And now listen when I apply more of this. Listen to the difference in the sound when I apply more of this compound. And hopefully I didn't shake you too much there, but you can tell that it's getting in there. And you think this is kind of crazy applying it like this, but there's no pinch points for this brush to get into when you do it this way. Yeah, listen to that difference right there. So you know it's doing its job, and it's creating friction between here and here, between the reels and this knife edge, and it's sharpening it. As you continue with this, you know, the lapping compound is going to wear minimal on this and minimal on this, but it'll be enough where this gets easier to turn, and you hear less and less. So at that point, you might have to adjust these, like I said, a little bit more to get more contact. Now, you can see not every one of these is the same. This one is making a little bit of contact, and that one's making a little bit more. You can see it's shinier. So this isn't going to correct every problem. If some of these blades have taken damage by hitting rocks or something, it's not going to, oh, look at that, I'm getting jammed up in there. It's not going to correct every problem. And if your blades are seriously dull, then you're going to have to take it and get it professionally sharpened. But I am going to continue doing this a little bit more, and I'm going to move on to the fine. She's so fine. Valve lapping compound. So I'm going to do that for a while, and then we will clean it all up and see if it cuts paper at least. In a perfect world, we'd see a nice shiny edge along the entire length of the blade, which means that it has made even contact across here. You know, these were all rusty to start with. But you can see we don't live in that perfect world. Look at this one here. I don't know why we're focusing kind of crappy, but we have like almost zero contact here. A little bit down there, little to none there, and then a little bit up here. So my thoughts is this blade is probably bent a little bit, because the one before it and the one after it have shiny edges. And then this one here after that one, same story. And then the one after that has got mostly contact. So it's just the way it is. This mower may have gone a long time without being back lapped, and chances are it probably should go in and be professionally sharpened. I could sit here and keep applying compound to it and slowly inching this thing, or micro millimetering it up, but all you're really doing at that point is wearing the blades out rather than sharpening them. And I may have to do just a little bit more adjusting. Let's see. I've cleaned it up. I used some simple green and water to clean the blades up. Let's see if we have any sort of a better cut on it now. See, in the center it's not really cutting very good. And it's still wet. I don't know how much difference that makes. Seems like it cuts decent on this end. That may just be a matter of adjustment. So I can try to adjust this end out a little bit more. But when all is said and done, you want to put some WD-40 or something on these blades to keep them lubricated. Lubricate up a chain if you have one on your mower. And keep these things nice and clean. And do periodic maintenance on them. They'll last a lot longer. So we've made it through this without managing to cut any fingers off or lose any eyes. So if you're going to do something like this, please be exceptionally careful. Use me as an example of what not to do, perhaps. I mean, I said be careful, so there you have it, and safety third. So there's the disclaimers. But hopefully y'all learned something by watching this video on how to sharpen a reel mower. I don't know how many people have those or whatever, but it's interesting nonetheless. If you're digging what I'm putting out, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Get out there and find your adventure. Adios. Bonus footage after a minor adjustment here. Let's see what we got. Keep your fingers out of there, ladies and gentlemen.